During the mid-1980s, a wave of fear swept across Southern California. People locked their doors, slept with weapons nearby, and lived in constant fear of an unknown attacker who seemed capable of striking anyone, anywhere, at any time. Unlike many serial killers who targeted specific types of victims, this criminal appeared unpredictable. Young or old, wealthy or poor, it often didn't seem to matter. Today we will talk about the Night Stalker, the terrifying true story of Richard Ramirez. So, before we start, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. 10. A city living in fear. By 1984 and 1985, residents across Southern California were becoming increasingly frightened. A series of violent crimes appeared to be connected, but investigators initially struggled to identify the person responsible. News reports spread quickly, and rumors circulated throughout neighborhoods. As the attacks continued, fear became a part of daily life. People installed stronger locks, purchased alarm systems, and took extra precautions before going to sleep. Many felt that nowhere was truly safe. 9. An unpredictable attacker. One reason the case was so frightening was the apparent randomness of the attacks. Many serial offenders focus on a specific victim profile, but Ramirez's victims varied widely in age, background, and location. This unpredictability made it difficult for both investigators and the public to anticipate where he might strike next. The lack of a clear pattern only increased the sense of fear. 8. Crimes committed at night. One of the most terrifying aspects of Richard Ramirez's crime spree was the timing of his attacks. Most occurred during the late night or early morning hours, when neighborhoods were quiet and residents were asleep in their homes. Under the cover of darkness, Ramirez would move through residential areas searching for opportunities to enter houses unnoticed. For many people, home is the place where they feel safest. It is where families lock their doors, close their curtains, and expect to be protected from the outside world. Ramirez shattered that sense of security. 7. A massive investigation. As the attacks continued, law enforcement agencies across Southern California faced enormous pressure to stop the killer before he struck again. The investigation quickly grew into one of the largest and most complex criminal cases in the region's history. Detectives from multiple jurisdictions were forced to coordinate their efforts as evidence suggested that a single offender might be responsible for numerous crimes spread across a vast geographic area. Investigators worked around the clock, reviewing reports, interviewing witnesses, analyzing crime scene evidence, and attempting to establish connections between seemingly unrelated attacks. 6. Media coverage intensifies. As the investigation expanded, media coverage reached an unprecedented level. Newspapers printed front-page stories about the Night Stalker almost daily. Television stations interrupted regular programming with updates whenever new information became available. Radio broadcasts warned residents to remain vigilant and take extra precautions. Police sketches of the suspect appeared everywhere. Millions of Californians studied newspaper photographs and television reports, hoping to recognize the face of the man responsible for the attacks. The constant media attention transformed the case into a statewide obsession. Conversations about the Night Stalker took place in workplaces, schools, restaurants, and homes. People shared rumors, theories, and fears as the mystery continued. 5. Forensic clues begin to emerge. For months, investigators faced a frustrating challenge. The Night Stalker seemed to appear without warning, strike in different locations, and disappear before police could catch him. Despite numerous crime scenes and witness reports, identifying the attacker remained incredibly difficult. But as the investigation continued, forensic evidence slowly began providing crucial breakthroughs. Crime scene specialists carefully examined every piece of physical evidence left behind. Detectives compared details from multiple attacks, searching for patterns that could connect the crimes. What initially appeared to be separate incidents gradually revealed similarities that suggested a single offender might be responsible. 4. The suspect is identified after months of fear, frustration, and relentless investigation. Authorities finally caught a major break in the case. Detectives had collected evidence from multiple crime scenes and slowly began piecing together a profile of the mysterious attacker. A crucial piece of forensic evidence eventually led investigators to a name that would soon become infamous across America: Richard Ramirez. Once law enforcement identified him as the primary suspect, they moved quickly. His photograph was released to newspapers and television stations across California. Overnight, the face of the alleged Night Stalker was everywhere. 3. A dramatic capture. The capture of Richard Ramirez remains one of the most remarkable moments in criminal history. On August 31, 1985, after seeing his face plastered across newspapers and television broadcasts, ordinary citizens began recognizing him in public. Ramirez found himself trapped in a city that now knew exactly who he was. According to reports, he attempted to evade capture after being spotted by local residents. But word spread rapidly through the neighborhood. As more people realized who he was, a crowd began pursuing him through the streets. Several citizens reportedly confronted Ramirez and prevented him from escaping before police arrived. By the time officers reached the scene, the months-long manhunt was effectively over. 2. Trial and conviction. The trial of Richard Ramirez quickly became one of the most closely watched criminal proceedings in America. Media organizations from around the world followed every development. Courtrooms were packed with reporters, legal experts, survivors, and families seeking justice for victims whose lives had been forever changed. Prosecutors presented a vast amount of evidence linking Ramirez to numerous crimes committed during his violent crime spree. Witness testimony, forensic evidence, and survivor accounts helped build the case against him. 1. A legacy of fear. What makes the Night Stalker case so unforgettable is not only the crimes themselves, but the atmosphere of fear they created. For months, millions of people across Southern California changed the way they lived. Doors and windows were checked repeatedly before bedtime. Security systems were installed. Neighborhood watch groups formed. Many residents slept with lights on or kept weapons nearby for protection. Unlike many criminal cases, there appeared to be no predictable pattern. Victims came from different backgrounds, neighborhoods, and age groups. This unpredictability made the threat feel universal. Anyone could be next. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.